The entertainment world was again made excited by two members Jungkook and Jimin, who unexpectedly showed their warm closeness in front of renowned journalist Brian Hiatt. The moment that occurred in an interview session with Rolling Stone immediately became a global spotlight and sparked various reactions from fans around the world. In the interview, the atmosphere that initially seemed relaxed turned into attentive as Jungkook and Jimin began to show different interactions than usual. Gazes, small smiles, to simple gestures that seem natural actually show emotional closeness that is difficult to ignore. Even Brian Hiatt himself seemed surprised by the dynamic that took place between the two, as if witnessing something deeper than just the relationship of group mates. The proximity of Jungkook and Jimin is not new to fans. For a long time, the two were known to have strong chemistry both on stage and behind the scenes. But in this interview, something feels different. Their interactions seemed more sincere, more intimate, and seemed to reveal a side that had been rarely exposed to the public. One of the most eye-catching moments was when Jungkook reflexively noticed a small detail in Jimin's simple act that showed deep concern. Jimin also responded with a warm smile that made the atmosphere more personal. It is little things like this that then lead many to believe that their relationship has a special depth. Brian Hiatt, as an experienced journalist, seems to feel the same way. In some parts of the interview, he was seen several times trying to dig further about the relationship between the two. Although Jungkook and Jimin didn't explicitly reveal anything big, the way they answered questions, in a complimentary and thoughtful way, is enough to give an idea of how close they are. The reaction of fans was unstoppable. Social media immediately filled with various footage of the moment, complete with analysis and speculation from the ARMY. Many felt that this moment was one of the most honest that Jungkook and Jimin have ever shown in front of the public. Not a few also call it an unexpected romantic moment. However, it is important to understand that the closeness shown by Jungkook and Jimin could be a very strong form of friendship. In the world of K-pop, the close relationship between group members is often part of the dynamic that makes them more solid as a team. Jungkook and Jimin have been through a lot together, from trainee days to achieving global success with BTS. What makes this moment so special is its naturalness. There are no far-fetched or exaggerated impressions. It all just flows, as if the audience is invited to see the other side of their more personal relationship. This is what then makes many people feel emotionally connected to what they are witnessing. In addition, this interview also shows how Jungkook and Jimin have developed not only as artists, but also as individuals. Maturity in the way they communicate, respect each other, and show empathy is evidence that their relationship is built on a strong foundation. On the other hand, the great attention to this moment also reflects how much influence Jungkook and Jimin have in the entertainment world. Every little gesture they make can become a topic of global conversation. This is certainly not without reason, given their dedication and hard work over the years has built a very loyal fan base. This moment with Brian Hiatt ended up being more than just an ordinary interview. It turns into a portrait of human relationships, of closeness, care, and sincere connection. Whether it's as best friends or something more, what is clear is that Jungkook and Jimin have shown that a strong relationship always has a way of being visible, even without explicit words. With all the attention, many fans are now increasingly curious about the dynamics of their relationship in the future. Will they be more open, or still maintain a mysterious side that is actually the main attraction? For sure, this moment has left a deep impression on anyone who witnessed it. Jungkook and Jimin once again proved that they are not just idols, but also figures who are able to touch the hearts of many people through the authenticity and closeness they show. The world may be made of noise, Brian Hiatt may be surprised, but for fans, this is a reminder that behind the glitter of the entertainment world, there is a real relationship full of meaning, and that's what makes Jungkook and Jimin so special. The phenomenon that occurred after the interview also showed how the power of a simple moment can develop into a global conversation. The names of Jungkook and Jimin immediately became trending on various social media platforms in just a matter of hours after footage of an interview with Brian Hiatt was released by Rolling Stone. Thousands to millions of comments flooded related uploads, showing how much public attention was paid to every detail of their interactions. Interestingly, the fans not only watched, but also did an in-depth analysis of Jungkook and Jimin's body language, facial expressions, and tone of speech. Many highlighted how Jungkook looked more protective, while Jimin seemed very comfortable around him. This dynamic then gives rise to a variety of diverse interpretations, ranging from very close friendships to the alleged existence of deeper feelings. On the other hand, a number of entertainment industry observers look at this moment from a different perspective. They considered that the strong chemistry between Jungkook and Jimin is one of the important factors that keeps BTS relevant and loved by fans around the world. This kind of closeness not only strengthens the internal connection of the group, but also creates a strong emotional bond with the audience. It is undeniable that the long journey that Jungkook and Jimin have gone through with BTS has helped shape their current closeness. From challenging trainee times to global stardom, the two have gone through various phases of life that have deepened their relationship. These experiences create a sense of mutual trust and understanding that is hard to replace. In the interview, although there was no explicit statement regarding a special relationship, the way Jungkook and Jimin complement each other while talking is strong evidence that they have a very deep connection. They often finish each other's sentences, laugh together in small moments, and show a synchronization rarely seen even among close friends. Brian Hiatt himself seemed to smile several times at the interaction of the two, as if realizing that there was something unique and authentic between Jungkook and Jimin. As a journalist who has interviewed many of the world's great artists, his reaction is one of the indicators that the moment does have a different value. Furthermore, this moment also opens up a broader discussion about how the public views the relationship between idols. On the one hand, many fans enjoy and support the closeness as part of the group dynamic. But on the other hand, there are those who remind the importance of respecting the privacy of the artists and not going too far speculating. Despite the various interpretations that have emerged, one thing is certain is that Jungkook and Jimin have managed to create a very memorable moment. They show that authenticity is the most valuable thing in the midst of an entertainment industry that is often overloaded with imagery. The closeness they display also provides inspiration for many people about the meaning of healthy relationships, be it in the form of friendship, cooperation, or other emotional ties. Mutual support, attention to little things, and comfort in being together are values that are clearly reflected in their interaction. As time goes by, this interview moment will likely be remembered as one of the key points in Jungkook and Jimin's career journey. Not because of the controversy, but because of the warmth and frankness they displayed in public. Some fans even said that this moment felt like a small window that showed their rarely seen personal side. This is certainly something very valuable, given how limited public access is to the private lives of K-pop idols. In the future, attention to Jungkook and Jimin is unlikely to decrease. Quite the contrary, each of their interactions will be increasingly anticipated and analyzed. However, in the midst of all that, what matters most is how the two remain themselves and maintain the relationship they have built over the years. In the end, whether this moment really reveals a big secret or just shows the natural closeness of two friends, it all comes back to each other's perspective. What is clear is that Jungkook and Jimin have managed to touch the hearts of many people in a simple but very meaningful way. And perhaps that is precisely where their specialty lies. Not in what they say, but in what they show without the need for many words.